Hey, casual crypto investor family. It is the casual crypto investor, and I am back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about a warning shot that Vatalik Buterin, co-founder of Ethereum, gave in an interview. And I think it's something that we need to be mindful of. And when I mean a warning shot, it's not a diss. It's not, anything, necessarily directed at one individual or anything like that. But I think it's something that we need to be mindful of. And for those that don't know, if you lived through the banking crisis and the housing crisis of 2006, 7, and 8, and you know what the term over leverage means, right? A lot of people were over leveraged with houses, with debt, and a lot of people are just over leveraged right now with credit card debt and all this kind of stuff. And even the U.S. economy is the country is leveraged with debt. I'm going to show you in a second. We just hit another milestone in regards to the national debt. And so I came across an article that I'm going to share with you. And I think Vitalik Buterin actually made some valid points. And we need to be mindful of, or just have in our radar, and this is just my opinion. Obviously, please do your own research. And again, I'm just thinking out loud, and please challenge me on my thought process. But we need to be mindful of whether you invest in, I just don't invest in crypto. I still invest in stocks and stuff like that. Retirement plan, and I have a retirement plan and all that kind of stuff. But we also need to be mindful of companies that might be over leveraged in various crypto treasuries. And I'm going to go over that in a second. But before we do, let's take a look at the overall crypto market. Currently, right now, we are just knocking at a $4 trillion market cap right now, sitting at $3.93 trillion, which is great to see. Bitcoin is still kind of hanging in there. It's sitting at $116,000, not making any big waves, not like Ethereum. The Ethereum is up over 25% over the past 7 days, sitting at $4,200 right now. XRP is having a heck of a run, sitting at almost 20% over the past 7 days. So that's great to see. A couple of other ones that are doing fairly well. Any ones that Chainlink is also having a heck of a run too as well, sitting at 36% over the past 7 days. So a lot of great cryptos out there that are doing, making some big moves. So I'm loving what's happening in the overall market. Quick shameless plug. Make sure to follow me on X if you want to stay updated on what's happening in the casual crypto investor community, as well as what's happening in the overall crypto space. So if you want to stay updated, because sometimes it's easier for me to tweet than it is for me to make a video, definitely make sure to follow me on X. All right, so let's get into a couple of little news nuggets that I have for you guys in regards to crypto. And right now we have a massive 310 billion added to the crypto market in the last 7 days. So a lot of people are getting back into the space, and especially after the whole lawsuit happened or has been resolved with Ripple. I think that's part of it. But again, I think a lot of confidence is, and actually let me check the confidence. Okay, so fear and greed right now is at a 58. So it's not bad. It's kind of neutral right now, but I think we're obviously heading more towards that green section over here. But it's good to see that. But yeah, we've added more money to the crypto market, which is good to see. And we shall see if this trend continues. Moving on to as well from Dom from Easy A, basically was sharing that the week return on the top 10 crypto assets, none other than our favorite crypto asset, XRP. Absolutely insane return in week one, 9.7%. Let's see, when you do the annual return year to date is 59%, and the market cap is $196 billion, which is not even half of what Ethereum is right now at $477 billion. But yeah, shout out to all my XRP holders. We have been vindicated with winning the lawsuit, and then hopefully we should see some of the benefits of some ETF action, hopefully in the very near future. All right. Also, too, as well, going back to what I was saying with the national debt, U.S. national debt reaches an all-time high of $37 trillion right now. This thing is spiraling out of control, in my opinion. And yeah, it's not good. It's not good. And at some point, I hope that we're able to get this out of control or under control, because it's out of control right now. And yeah, we shall see. But this goes to my point that we need to be mindful of companies that are being or that are over leveraged in various crypto treasuries, and so we're going to dive into that. So Vitalik Buterin, excuse me, basically was saying that he's concerned about the over leveraging of basically Ethereum treasuries, but I think this could also be applied to other various crypto treasuries, right? And so let's dive into it. And so he says Ethereum co-founder Vitalik, the article says Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin threw his support behind Ether treasury companies, but warned that the trend could spiral into an over leveraged game if not handled responsibly. And I agree with that 1000% because when people start getting greedy, they start pushing the limits further and further. And when something bad happens, if there's a downturn in the economy or if there's some kind of black swan event, a lot of people are left holding the bag. So in an interview with the Bankless podcast released on Thursday, Buterin said the growing number of public companies buying and holding Ether was valuable because it exposes the token to a broader range of investors. All right. So obviously that's a good thing, but there's definitely valuable services that are being provided there. But Buterin said he added that companies buying into ETH treasury firms instead of holding the token directly gives people more options, especially those with different financial circumstances. So so-called crypto treasury companies have become a hot trend. This is kind of like the new trend in finance and trade finance, right? Especially on Wall Street, right? And so garnering, billions of dollars to buy up and hold swaths of cryptocurrencies, with the most popular plays being Bitcoin and Ether. Leverage must not lead to ETH's downfall, and he stresses this, and I think this is very, very wise. He says Buterin tempered his support with caution, stressing that ETH's future must not come at the cost of excess leverage. He states that if you woke me up 3 years from now and told me that treasuries led to the downfall of ETH, then of course my guess for you or for why would basically be that somehow they turned it into an over leveraged game. And I think that that's one of the things that I'm critical with Michael Saylor, because if there is some massive downfall in Bitcoin, or if there's some kind of, something that happens with Bitcoin, I can't imagine the downfall. That wouldn't just affect obviously Bitcoin, but I feel like that would affect the entire crypto market until other cryptocurrencies are not as tied to Bitcoin. But again, moving on, says he outlined a worst case chain reaction where a drop in ETH price turned into forced liquidation that cascaded and drove the token's price down, also causing a loss of credibility. However, Buterin is confident that ETH investors have enough discipline to steer clear of such a collapse. These are not Do Kwon followers. What we're talking about, he said, mentioning the co-founder of the Terra blockchain that collapsed in 2022, and that was definitely one of those catalysts that brought the market down significantly. Moving on, he says that the article says that the moment for public companies that hold Ether has ballooned to roughly $12 billion, $11.77 billion right here it says, but close to $12 billion, led by Bitmine and Immersion Technologies and SharpLink Gaming. So again, I think this is something to be mindful of. And then they have here some of the top ETH holders. So you have SharkLink Gaming, Bitmine, Immersion Tech, and you have Coinbase, which is up here too as well. And the U.S. government has roughly about 60,000 Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, but Ethereum tokens. So I thought this was pretty interesting, and I think it's something that we need to keep in the back of our mind to make sure that you invest wisely in companies that are very over leveraged, and not just, I feel like this could be applied to any cryptocurrency for that matter. But let me know in the comments what you think about this. Do you think this is something that we need to keep on our radar? Give me your thoughts on this. Love to engage in conversation about this. When I read this, it just brought flashbacks of, like the mortgage crisis and the banking crisis and all the things that, we've experienced over the past, 15, 20 years. I think there could be something like that could potentially happen in the crypto market. So let me know in the comments what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you like the content, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.